What's up guys, Darron Brown here. In this video, we're going to cover Deno.js. I'm going to cover what Deno.js is and why it's important. So in this video, I'm actually using the article titled, Will Deno Change the Future of JavaScript as We Know It, as a reference. And in this article, it actually goes over some of the benefits of Deno.js. So I'm going to basically read this article and give you guys an idea of what I think about it at the end of the video. So first off, what is Deno.js? So Deno.js is actually going to be a replacement for Node.js. And for you guys who are familiar with Node.js, we need Node to actually build React applications, React Native applications, and also to build APIs. At least for most of the projects that I've worked on and the companies I've worked with, we've always used Node on the back end. Now, why is Deno better than Node.js? So keep this in mind. When Node was created to basically support an older version of JavaScript. So for those of you who have been coding for a while, you know that JavaScript has evolved over time. There's new variables such as const and let. You also have something like TypeScript that actually allows you to say what the variable type is, and also there's classes now within JavaScript for my React and React Native developers. So initially when Node.js was created, they didn't have any of that. So Deno.js is going to be basically built to handle all of that, and more. So one of the benefits of Deno.js is decentralized package management. So what does that mean? I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the package.json file. And then within that package.json file, we have a collection of all of our dependencies that are going to be used within our project. Now, when you do npm install and npm start, what that does is it builds a node modules folder. Now, that can get pretty large, and when you're actually like using Git or something like that, you can't actually push. You can, but it's not recommended that you push that node modules folder. So what Deno is going to do is going to get rid of all of that node modules junk within your application. So instead of actually having a package.json file, what you're going to do, you're going to actually import your dependencies directly into the file. So basically, when you import, you do an import, say, moment. When you do import moment from, instead of just saying moment, you'll say import moment, and you'll say dash whatever its version is, and you won't have to run that npm start. By making that reference to that actual package, your application will automatically communicate with that dependency. So that's pretty neat. Also, Deno.js is going to allow your application to be a lot more secure. Say you have specific scripts within your application that you want to run, and you have you're working with a team of developers. And one of the developers, he's pretty new, and he just runs a command. Now, this can be detrimental to your business. Now, because of Deno.js and the security parameters, when a person runs a specific script, they also have to include the security parameter. And there's not much information, at least that I saw on that, but there's going to be a security parameter, and basically you have to reference that security word phrase, and if it's correct, then that script would actually run, and then it'll continue on with whatever the rest of the code is supposed to do. Hey, after this video, make sure you visit the website GeekMODE.tech. There you can learn more about us, read our blog, view our courses, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you click on the free course button on our website. Once you click on that button, you'll be redirected to a new screen where we'll ask you to fill out a form. You only have to give us your first name, your email, and your phone number. At max, we're going to contact you 4 times a month, and that's only to inform you about discounts with courses and also information on our blog or our vlog. Now that's enough of me talking, and now let's get back to the video. Something that's pretty unique, but I don't see how it's going to make much of a difference. I mean, you can actually leave a comment and you can go into further detail about this, but there's going to be top level await. So what does that mean? I've used async await pretty much on the front end and on the back end. Primarily, I use it more on the back end. On the back end, when I've used it, I've always used it when I was trying to make a call to the database, and I needed a specific function to actually get specific data from the database before it can actually continue on with the rest of the application. So in order to do that, at the beginning of my function, I would always have to put async and then await following whatever it was supposed to do within the function. Now, because there's top level await, that means that you no longer have to make that async reference. That file automatically knows that it's going to call that async, make that async call, and then all you have to do is say await, and then your code will automatically compile in the order that it needs to. All right, so the sun is starting to come out, so don't just ignore that. And then also something that's pretty unique. Well, not really unique, but it's new. In Node, when you build an application using Node.js, there's no testing directory that's actually built. Well, with Deno.js, there is now. I know with React, Angular, and React Native, when you actually build a project, there's always a test folder for you to actually reference so you can build your test. Now with Deno.js, it automatically does all of that for you. And all you have to do is basically go to that test directory, update that test file, and then add your testing code there, or you can add more testing files to that test directory. So that's pretty cool. Sometimes I'm actually the company that I'm working for right now. I work as a mobile developer and I still do backend. So if you're a developer, get comfortable doing more than what you were hired to do. And we're actually using Mocha along with clustering. And sometimes when you're running, you run into these unique situations where you need to actually have your code and you need to test your code, but the way that everything is constructed, it can create some kind of problems within your application. And we're doing that with Node.js on our API. And because Deno.js is going to take care of that for you, it automatically builds the test integration. That's going to basically save a lot more time, and you don't have to learn how to work around some kind of third-party tool because Deno is built around that. So, I mean, that's pretty cool for me, at least from what I think of, what I can think. Now, it doesn't go into much detail about this, but it says standard libraries. So basically, when you build an application using Deno.js, it comes in with some pretty handy libraries. Now, within this article, which is in the description, it gives an example and it says Deno, it basically comes with a serve function. And the serve function allows you to reference the port directly within your app.js. You can basically reference whatever your localhost port is going to be pointed directly at. And from there, you can actually just await, and it actually builds a complete object of that response for you. Now, that's not too much of a big difference for me. I mean, it's cool that it has its built-in libraries, but I'm sure that there's a lot more that Deno.js will be able to do in the future. This was just a reference I was using in the article. So I would advise you guys to do more research on your own, play around with Deno.js, and just find out for yourself. Now, lastly, what is my opinion of Deno.js? Well, honestly, the guy who created Node.js actually created Deno.js as well. And I personally, I believe Deno.js is going to be the future. Is it going to replace Node.js? Eventually it will, but no time soon. So, and that's basically because a lot of companies, they built their businesses around Node.js. So they're not just going to just automatically get rid of Node.js just like that. But what you will see, you'll see less updates to Node.js, and then you'll gradually see more and more companies using Deno.js and looking for Deno.js developers. So I strongly advise, regardless if you're a React developer, React Native developer, backend developer, and this channel specifically for React Native developers, but I strongly advise you guys to check out Google Deno.js, and then just get familiar with the framework. Know how it's used. It's still in its infant state, but just jump on now so that when things get added, you actually know what's going on, you know? But anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.